Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. Today I'm going to do another video on fungal gnats. So let's get into it. Now I had talked about in an earlier video using this apple cider vinegar mix to take care of fungal gnats, and it catches a bunch of them. But it doesn't get rid of the problem in the soil. So we're going to do a quick video on that now. I had just went through and checked my propagation again, and I did see some fungal gnats flying around in there more than what I'd like to see. And because it's so humid in here for my different plants, it's really necessary to watch out for fungal gnats. Now, and I get some comments. Well, what if you get rid of the fungus in the soil? Well, you need certain fungi in there. They're beneficial to the plant and help feed it. So you don't want to really destroy anything that you don't have to. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about another product that's very easy to apply, and it is a little expensive, but it's not that bad. So let's take a look. Now, this product that I'm mixing up here is Natural WDG, and what this is BTI. Most people are familiar with BT to get rid of your worms and stuff, caterpillars, things on your different crops. And this is another form of BT. It's just a specific one, BTI, and so it's basically it's a natural bacteria, and it really works good on fungal gnats. Now, this is also in some of your mosquito little granules that you can put. So if you have house plants and stuff, you can put those in. And what it does is it attacks the larvae when they're in the soil. So, but this is 4 ounces, and I'm thinking this was like $25, something like that. But it goes a long ways. You use, in your mixing thing, you can use 1/4 to 1.5 teaspoons per gallon. And a gallon goes a long ways. Now, I normally, I put about 3/4 of a teaspoon in my half-gallon container here, my sprayer. And so I've got this mixed, and what I'll do is I put just a little bit of soap in there too. I always use my plant-based soap. And what we're going to do is I've got to carry a few of my plants out to the greenhouse. I've got a few more that I potted up today, and I've already sprayed these, but I've noticed the ones, and I haven't started a regimen of BTI until just today. So when I went through and I checked all my propagations, I went ahead and gave them a good soak in the soil of the BTI, because there's definitely enough gnats that it's going to get out of hand if I don't start making an effort to keep going. And a lot of these, they'll look healthy and then they'll just turn brown and die, and it's because there's so many fungal gnats that infest the soil that it starts eating the roots as they come out, and they can't get enough moisture and nutrients to grow. So a lot of these are fine. The fig trees are real vigorous, but still, like I say, certain varieties are more susceptible, and I don't need anything else to take and cause me to lose some plants. Now, I've also heard some people say, I've never had a fungal gnat problem. But fungal gnats like human conditions. Now, I have seen a lot of them flying around. Now, I just got finished spraying my BTI here on these plants and some of my other citrus and my rhubarb plants that I have here. because I don't need that added stress on these plants. But what I'm getting at is, now all of you might not have a greenhouse. If you do a whole lot of growing from seed, and you have seed starter areas, you're going to know what I'm talking about usually, because you're going to have these fungal gnats drawn to there because of the moisture. And then once they start laying their eggs and the larvae start running around in the soil and stuff, the problem's only going to get worse. And for those that say you don't have them, well, fantastic. But when you're dealing in a situation with a greenhouse, especially when it gets cooler weather, and this isn't heated, when it gets cooler weather, your humidity bounces up to 99, 100 degrees when it's closed up. So, and occasionally I want to open it up, but sometimes if it's really cold, you just can't open it up. You'll drop the temperature too much. When it's unheated, and I call this a greenhouse, it's actually a Gothic high tunnel. But when you take and have it closed up and no heat, it's going to get as cold as it is outside. In the daytime, if you got any kind of sun at all, getting through the clouds, and that's going to warm up in a hurry. In fact, it can get right now it's 56 degrees in here. Yeah, but if the sun comes out, it could easily get over 100, and the exhaust fans would come on, and I'd have to roll the sides up. So I got to really watch it. But when you're growing in a greenhouse, and especially I've got a lot of lettuces or greens, stuff like that, they like a lot of moisture, so they grow quick. If you leave them dry, they won't grow out very fast. And especially with my carrots that's over here. And you can see I sowed these this time. I didn't try to do in rows. I just kind of lightly broadcast them and then run a rake down them. But in order to get them to germinate without covering them very deep, because this is compost, the wood chips, so you've got like a mulch kind of on the top. So they've got to be able to get their roots down into the soil. So it's got to stay wet to get them to germinate. And like I say, anytime you see that, and you can see the moisture that's formed on the inside of this thing, you're going to get fungal gnats. So to deal with them, like I say, the best way is to use a product that's got BTI in it. It's an organic product. It really does a good job to knock them out if they're in the soil. Now, it's very possible these fungal gnats could go anywhere, but for some reason they like these potted plants, and that's where they're going to end up going. But anyway, I hope this gives you a little bit more information on dealing with the fungal gnat issue in your garden, in your seed germination area and stuff like that, or even in your house plants. But if you want to see more, of course, hit that subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified, and give it a big thumbs up. Happy gardening.